The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is Cowboys Storyline with Nick Eatman.
Good morning. It's time for Cowboys Storyline. I'm Nick Eatman here, Friday, December 22nd. Getting close to Christmas. A couple days to go here, 3 days to be exact. Cowboys going to Miami tomorrow, taking on the Miami Dolphins. First time since 2015 that we've been there for a game. I remember that one was like a downpour, like before the game started, and really the whole first quarter and first half, I think. Before the sun came out in the second half, Cowboys were able to come back and win that game. It was a really bad year. 2015 was like 4-12 season, but Romo played that game. I think he'd come back from an injury and came back, won that game, and then there was a little hope that maybe Romo could lead this team, get it out of the ditch, but didn't happen. But different circumstances this time around. Obviously, 8 years, things can change a lot. Obviously, Cowboys and Dolphins, two of the best teams in the league, the two best offenses in the league. So for anybody that thinks they're going to be able to get home at a decent time after this, the trip, we're supposed to land around midnight. I'm not seeing it. I don't know if we're factoring in about 80 points in this game. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring, so it should be a lot of fun. All right, 888-855-2297 is the number to call. Let's get started as quick as we can. Joseph in Keller, Texas. What's up?
Hey, Nick.
How are you?
I am well.
Okay.
I haven't had a chance to catch up on most of the podcasts this week, so hopefully I'm not repeating too much. But I think one thing that I noticed was, I'm not sure if the Buffalo Bills are teams that come out and bully people a lot, but it almost looked like they took the 49ers game plan and kind of implemented that and just, seemed to push right to the echo of the whistle on almost every single play, and it just obviously wasn't a good game all around. But there's not many bully teams in the league. I think most of them are more finesse and speed teams nowadays, so
right.
They're similar to the Cowboys and the Dolphins. So I wasn't sure if anyone had brought that up, but earlier in the year, there was a lot of talk about the Cowboys not having beat a team with a winning record. Well, the Dolphins have not done that. And not only have they not done that, but out of the 8 victories that they have, out of the 10 victories that they have, 8 of them are against teams that are 4 wins below 500.
Yeah.
9+ losses on 8 of the teams that they beat. So that's interesting. Obviously, road game goes against us. That makes it a little bit more challenging. But I guess probably my main concern is Zach Martin. And then I was listening to 105.3 The Fan this morning, and Patrick saying that Tyron had some stuff going up. And again, like I said, unfortunately this week I'm a little bit behind, so I wasn't aware of that. I guess my concern more is the bully teams, which the Dolphins are not. That's going to concern me more with the Lions next week. And then any status updates on Zach and Tyron. Yeah. And Jonathan Hankins.
Right.
I suspect that's going to be he's going to be back.
All right. Thanks for the call. Hankins said yesterday that realistically Detroit game is a better return for him. So it didn't seem like he would be able to play in this game. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, I wouldn't bet on Tyron Smith playing this game. That one's the one where he hasn't done anything. They're going to just wait and see what he feels like on Saturday. I'm not seeing that one. Zach, maybe on Zach, but it was sort of trending like he's going to be doing more as the week goes on. So that's a good sign, but having both of them out would not be good. We've seen that before in Arizona. Obviously, they had Tyler Biadasz out as well, and that was a recipe for disaster because that opened up the door for a bad football team to beat you. It was one of the reasons that the Cardinals won that game, and so the Dolphins don't need that much help to be really good. Now, you're right; they're in the same boat. They haven't really beaten a good team, and when they have faced them, they've they've been kind of beat down. Philadelphia handled them well. I think the Bills did also. So that's something to keep an eye on for sure. But this is one of those statement games, I think, for both teams. Both teams feel like they need to make a statement here. And what better place to do it than Sunday on Christmas Eve? All right, Robbie in Florida is our next caller.
What's going on, Nick?
How you doing, Robbie?
It's a beautiful day, man. I saw your boy yesterday. Best thing I've seen all week, man.
Oh, yeah. He's pretty excited. I think our views should be pretty higher because he's viewed it about 100 times. So he was excited. He wanted to come in today too. He wanted to, there's some things he said he should have said and mentioned and all that. And he's also upset that he didn't mention Top Gun Maverick as a football movie because they played football also on the beach in that movie. And so memorable scenes for other reasons probably, but he liked it because it was football on the beach. So interesting.
Yeah,
Thanks for saying that.
Of course, man. My son, I have an 8-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my boy was very excited to see your son. He asked.
Well, he wants to make a return, so he's already lobbying for it. But we already have another guest today. Josh Rodriguez is going to come on. We're going to talk movies, football movies here in a little bit. What's your favorite football movie?
The Program.
Oh, you know what? That one hasn't been mentioned at all. I love that movie. You got to be the same age as me, because
I'm 51, man.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm in that range. When that movie came out, I loved it. But now when you kind of watch it, you're like, all right, that's like a little crazy. But it was one of those cheesy like 90s over the top movies. Not over the top. That's its own movie. But yeah.
Of course. With Sly Stallone.
Oh yeah. You got to just.
And I still think that the Cowboys are going to. I don't think the score is going to show it, but like I said the other day, I really think we're going to outplay them and just win the game throughout the game, and it's not going to be close, but the score won't reflect that.
I think I agree with that 100%. You're in control, but you just can't put them away because they keep scoring, but they really can't stop you. So take the over, that type of game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel, man.
Me too.
I felt it all week.
Yep.
All right, man. Hey, I know you got callers. Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
And if I can give a little shout-out to my son, RJ, I love you. You're the best kid in the world.
Awesome. That is great. Shout out to him.
Video tonight, that's for sure. Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, Robbie. Thank you. Good stuff. All right, let's keep it rolling. Jeff in North Carolina. Jeff.
Can you hear me, Nick?
I can hear you, man. What's up?
Not much. I've been trying to call you all week. I'm driving, so hopefully you'll be able to.
I hear you.
Over to some of the road noise. Okay, sounds good.
I hear you.
I've been trying to call you all week, and man, I tell you, your lines are burning up this week.
We got to get you a special line or something. We got to create one. You got to get it. We got to get you in, man.
Well, I didn't have to hit the redial about 4 times today, though. So that wasn't too bad.
All right, good stuff.
But man, about the game Sunday, I know, everybody's probably went over everything. What did you? I haven't heard anybody ask, or if they did, I didn't hear your opinion on it. But what did you think about us deferring on the opening kickoff? And because I felt like that the way we thought they might run the ball, that it might be important for us to try to score first. And what do you think about that?
I always like it, honestly. I do. I like it, especially for a road game. And the reason why is if you're there in the stadium when the kickoff is and when the third quarter is, if you saw the difference between the kickoff and how crazy and rowdy the fans are on the road, home and away, doesn't matter. And then after the kickoff, after the halftime, people still forget halftime's only 13 minutes. So no one's back in their seat. It's pretty dead. And you have a chance to really steal a drive where, it's not really that reckless on the road. So I always like that because I think you have a better chance. Everyone's jacked up when the game starts. But I don't mind it. So when the Cowboys win the toss on I like it just because if you're getting your ass kicked like they were, hey, you're getting the ball. And if you're winning, guess what? You have a chance to go and build on that. So I always feel better about getting the ball in the third quarter. But I get your point. But I also think you can send a message by stopping them. Get off the field, stop them, and then now you're rolling. So I that's just
Right.
where I lean always.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you too. I just didn't know if anybody asked. I always watch the game with some of my buddies, and some of them are just all toward, why did we defer? We lost the game because we deferred. I said, dude, we didn't lose the game because we deferred.
There's other reasons.
We lost the game. Yeah, we had our penalties come at the worst time in that game. It really gave them about 3 touchdowns really because of our penalties.
Exactly.
So I hope we can bounce back this week. It's amazing. I've listened bits and pieces to all the podcasts this week. It's amazing how many different opinions are about this game Sunday. You feel like we're going to win. Newy Scruggs, he just don't think it's a good matchup for us, and so it's been a lot of different opinions on it. So, but anyway, favorite football movie probably is Remember the Titans. But I will say this: I know somebody mentioned Any Given Sunday yesterday, and I love Al Pacino's speech at the end of that game. We all have to fight for those inches. That's what we needed against Philly the first time when we were up there. It was the game, and so I always love that speech. So,
yeah.
But anyway, thanks for getting my call, Nick.
All right.
I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas and go Cowboys.
You too. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate the call. Love that. Remember the Titans? Yes. Any Given Sunday, I just never was a big fan of that. I'm not sure why. I just remember it didn't do anything for me. So, but it's gotten plenty of votes for sure. All right, let's go to Kent in New Mexico as our next caller.
Good morning, Nick.
Morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, sir. First off, let me tell you, wish you a Merry Christmas, you and your family.
Thank you.
Hey, I've been listening to Nick and Isaiah and a bunch of these other guys talking about how horrible the matchup this is, and maybe I'm living in an alternate universe, but didn't this team just blow a 14-point lead on their home field,
Tennessee,
and lose a game with less than 5 minutes to go to a 4-8 team
with a rookie quarterback? Yeah,
with a rookie quarterback, and they're acting like we don't stand a chance. They shut down that offense.
What was the pick? Did they pick? I mean, did they do picks? Did they pick the Dolphins?
Yeah, they put every one of them picked the Dolphins except for Josh. Josh said he doesn't care about all that. He's picking the Cowboys, and I am too. You know what? It's like if the Tennessee Titans can pull that off, I just don't see why we can't. Are you telling me that the Tennessee Titans has a better suited defense to limit this Dolphins offense? I don't buy that.
Yeah, so, I'm with you. I mean, mismatches, like bad matchups are bad matchups usually for both teams. I mean, think about it like in basketball, 7-footers going up against a 5'10" guard. I mean, like obviously he can't post him up, but he could probably do other things as well. You know what I mean? So matchups, whatever the Dolphins are doing, from a speed standpoint, yeah, that's tough on the Cowboys. But I do think the Cowboys can hit them in ways that can hurt them, especially on their offense. I don't think they get them blocked. That's the key. If they can get them blocked, I think they'll be in good shape.
And the other thing I don't hear anybody mentioning here is that the reports out of Miami show that they may be down to only their starting left tackle. Everybody else will be second stringers on the front on their offensive line. So
Cowboys are going to be in that boat too. I mean, not that many, but yeah,
exactly. If our guys can't feast on backups on 4 out of 5 positions on that offensive line, then we deserve to lose.
Yeah. Well,
and so I think that.
If that's the case, then those corners are going to have to tackle, because I can promise you the ball's getting out quick throws to Waddle, Tyreek Hill, those guys. You got to tackle them. You got to bring them to the ground quickly, because they're not going to have a ton of time to be throwing the ball down the field. So they're going to try to make plays in early, quick throws, and then get a lot of run after catch, and that's where the Cowboys are just going to have to tackle these guys.
That's right. And on a movie, I'm gonna show my age here a little bit.
Longest Yard.
My longest yard, Burt Reynolds.
Yep.
I think I broke his effing neck. Right? That was.
I don't know that one. Wow. I did see The Longest Yard, like the remake, but I know that if you're one that thinks that movie is great, then the remakes are never as good. I get that. So, but that's the one that I've actually seen, mainly because Michael Irvin was in it, and Michael Irvin played Michael Irvin. I mean, he basically played himself. So it was cool.
That was funny too, but that's going back to my childhood. That one with Burt Reynolds, that's still my favorite football movie of all time.
All right, good stuff. Thanks for the call, Kent. Happy Merry Christmas to you, and happy holidays. Dennis in Pennsylvania is our next caller. How you doing, man?
Good. I promise I won't take up much time. I wanted to get this in yesterday, but I want to give a shout-out to my grandson, Bryant Dennis, who has been named after two great guys, Dez and myself. But he is getting to go to his first Cowboys game. He doesn't know this, and I wanted to be able to give this shout-out headed to the Cowboys-Commanders game in January. And I thought that it would be a nice surprise to let him listen to this Christmas morning when he's getting ready to open presents. And surprise, we're going to the Cowboys game.
Wow, that is awesome. I'm so glad you got in today. What now? Tell me, it got cut off. Tell me his name again.
Bryant Dennis.
Bryant Dennis. I got you. Bryant Dennis. Going to the Cowboys-Commanders game to finish the season. Last regular season game of the year. That is awesome. Hey, it's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans there. Bryant, a lot of Cowboy fans. Be loud. And get that victory. I tell you what, it's always a good thing, and the Cowboys can go into Washington. Doesn't matter what the records are. You go into Washington to win, it's a good thing. So,
thanks, Nick. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That is awesome. What a great gift. I'm glad we could help be a part of that. That's pretty neat. All right, we're keeping it rolling here. We got a caller here from Doc in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Hey, Nick. Doc calling, and Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to you.
I just want to say what a breath of fresh air it is that to have Mike McCarthy as our coach.
Yeah.
Not counting the COVID year, he's just been a breath of fresh air. His press conferences, he gives honest answers. He's a nice guy, funny guy. And after the 10 years of Jason Garrett, I was tired of how we doing guys after a blowout loss and that kind of thing. But now, we lose to Buffalo, bad loss, obviously. But he handles it like, okay, this happened. Now here's what we got to do to get it better. I think I'm with you. I'm on your bandwagon.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are going to score a lot. I'm down here in Miami with my son. We go to different stadiums every year. And, they only play in Miami every 8 years. So I thought we'd check this one off. And so we'll be there cheering them on.
Nice.
Probably a good Cowboys crowd, too.
I would think so. I mean, the Dolphins are obviously having a good year. But like you said, this has been on the schedule now for a while. And so every 8 years, I mean, Cowboy fans and it happens on home games here. When you face an AFC team that has a really strong, group of fan base like Denver and Kansas City and Pittsburgh. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I see that.
Unfortunately.
What now?
Philadelphia, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I unfortunately live in Eagles country, but it's
they didn't have as many fans as I thought they would have for this game a couple weeks ago. I mean, they were there, but it wasn't as strong as I would have thought maybe with the season they were having. But it's very noticeable sometimes, and a lot of it has to do with color, as far as like what they're wearing and what pops out in the stadium. Like San Francisco's red, obviously. Right. That's Green Bay, Pittsburgh, those towels, standing out. See if the blue will stand out in Miami this week.
Let's hope. We're going to try to bring it home this weekend. But football movies, you got to watch Brian's Song. I know you said the other day you hadn't seen it.
Mm-mm.
One of the few movies I've ever cried in.
No.
And Gale Sayers, the guy who's playing Gale Sayers, said, "I love Brian Piccolo." and he's giving him the speech, when he's dying of cancer. So it's a sad movie.
Yeah.
James Caan does a really good job of Brian Piccolo. So
yeah, I've heard it. It's good, and Nicky Spagnola said that was his favorite movie. So it's got to be good. Maybe one day I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna see about that. I don't typically watch a lot of older movies, but I should. That's a fault of mine.
The original Longest Yard, you were right. It was terrific. The subsequent one that you saw is terrible compared to the original. But if you like the original, the sequels are never live up to it. So.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, good luck to the Dolphins. I mean, to the Cowboys.
Whoa! Freudian slip there.
I misspoke.
Yeah, it's okay. Good luck to the Cowboys. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate that. I mean, I don't know if we've ever had 3 straight callers from the same state, especially Pennsylvania, but we are now. Dave is in Pennsylvania. Sir. What's up? You guys are just controlling the radio lines here. 3 from Pennsylvania. What's up? How you doing?
Yeah. They got a new dialing school up here.
Yeah, you guys have figured out the trick. You guys are just handing the phone to each other. Is that what's happening? You guys are saying, here you go. Dave, you're up.
Okay, thanks, Dennis.
Yeah, because I've noticed the first one said Pennsylvania, the second one said Allentown, Pennsylvania, and this one said Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm near Gettysburg.
Dennis, Doc, and Dave, you guys are just chilling over there at a coffee shop in Pennsylvania. No. What's up, man?
The only thing I wanted to say is our defense, they got to play up tight on the receivers, stop that quick pass, at least throw a little kink into it.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know. It's just so up and down. I can't believe the differential between home and away. I don't know if they need to take like a psychology class or get them hypnotized there, that they're pretend like they're at home or something. But something's just like the coach said. The gap is too far, too big.
It is. I mean, there's no denying that.
Yeah.
I haven't done this. I think I should though. I mean, what's the winning percentage of the teams they faced at home and on the road? I mean, that's got to be like a huge difference. Just they're playing really bad teams at home, and they're dominating them, and
exploiting them. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the 49ers, obviously the Eagles, which they played both, but 49ers is and Buffalo and then Miami, and I mean it's a tougher schedule, so you understand where the gap was going to be, but it's too much. We'll see what happens this week. There's a lot of things going there. Are they a bad road team? Are they a good road team? Are they average? Do they bounce back? They've been a bounce back team. So if they go and do it this week and win on the road in Miami, then I mean they'll be one of the greatest teams ever. Just after a loss. I mean, to come back and just say, all right, we're going to focus and practice this week and get it done. And you'd like for them to do that every week, but it just doesn't work that way. So
similar to the 49ers, our front line is a little banged up there. So
yeah.
That's going to be a test as well.
True. That's true. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Appreciate you taking my call, buddy.
All right, Dave. Have a good one. And then before we go to break, we'll go to Dylan in Northport, Florida. Dylan, what's up?
Hey, Nick. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Haven't been able to call much this week. Been a little under the weather. So this is like my flu game, flu call, I guess.
Yeah.
Just wanted to call real quick, man, and say Merry Christmas to you and to Chris and your families.
Thank you, man.
And all the listeners out there and callers. You're building a really great community.
Appreciate that.
Here.
Thank you.
So,
a lot of fun.
And we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Of course. And then just real quick prediction for this week. I think this is a finesse versus finesse. I don't think the Dolphins can really come out physical you. They're not really a punch in the mouth type team. So I think that bodes well for Dallas. And so we'll give them 34-24 Dallas this week.
Okay. I like it.
All right. Thanks, man.
Merry
Christmas.
Have a good one. Good call. All right, we're going to take a break here on the storyline. When we come back, Josh Rodriguez will be here. We're going to take some calls still. We'll talk a little movies. We'll talk football movies. We'll talk a little bit about the boys and and kind of wrap this thing up from the week and also get us ready one more time here for Cowboys and Dolphins. Be right back on Storyline.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is stop running and toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure. It's not complicated.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Cowboys fans, after that move, we've just coined the term Rowdy Replay. Let's roll back the tape.
Okay, there's our mascot Rowdy cheering on the boys. And now he's on his phone, on his Bank of America mobile banking app?
Staying on top of his finances with his virtual financial assistant, Erica.
Bank of America's digital tools are so impressive. Cowboys fans just can't stop banking. Learn more at bankofamerica.com/can't-stop-banking.
Erica is only available in the English language. You must download the latest version of the mobile banking app, only available on select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. Member FDIC.
Welcome back into Dear Doctor, the show where I answer life's questions with an ice-cold can of Dr. Pepper. Sheila, let's hear from our next caller, would you?
Dear Doctor, my friend supported me during a tough time, but what's the right gift that says, thanks for being a shoulder to cry on?
Okay, this one's easy. I say give her a delicious Dr. Pepper. Nothing says, thanks, girl, better than a one-of-a-kind soda. Yes, any Dr. Pepper flavor will do. Now, just a reminder that I don't need to be a real doctor to know that Dr. Pepper is the one you deserve.
They say champions are remembered, but legends are never forgotten. United Ag and Turf offers a winning lineup of John Deere equipment built to tackle any challenge on and off the field. Legendary John Deere tractors, combines, residential mowers, commercial mowers, compact construction equipment, Gator utility vehicles, and a full line of golf and sports turf equipment. United Ag and Turf, the official Ag and Turf equipment supplier of the Dallas Cowboys. Visit UnitedAgAndTurf.com to find a location near you.
Back to Cowboys Storyline.
All right, back here on the Storyline. Got another guest here, Josh Rodriguez. And, we've had guests all week. Darren Woodson had my son in for a couple minutes. And then now, Josh, you can kind of bring us home here for this week.
You got to rank the guests.
Well, I like to keep everything
Josh,
in order.
number one. Darren,
I'm going to put you third.
Darren, number two.
Top three is good. That's still like the bronze in on the Olympics.
Top three of three? All right.
Yeah. 3
out of 3.
Let me ask you this. Are we related?
No.
Okay, so my son's going to win. Are you in the Ring of Honor?
I could be.
You could be, but you're not right now.
I will be.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
The first podcaster to be in the Ring of Honor.
All right. That's good. Kind of getting a late start a little bit. The break's been going for 19 seasons, but that's cool. Josh Rodriguez, he's a digital media producer, podcast producer. And one of the reasons, if you've been a fan of the podcast and you've noticed this year that they're getting up a lot quicker, this guy right here, he's done a really good job. We've done. I think we've put a lot more emphasis on making sure getting these things up quicker, and you've done a really good job with that. And so,
thank you.
And you listen to all of them, right?
Yeah, I listen to all of them.
Well, rank the podcast then. If we're gonna
so number one's got to be Hangin', then Girls
Talk,
then
can't remember them all.
Yeah, I can't remember them all at the moment.
How about the one you're on?
Talking.
You're on Talking on
number
Fridays.
3, Media Mash is up there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then way down there. You're brand new. You're still, getting accustomed to it.
Yeah, right. Cool. Bring him on the show, and he puts me last. That's fine. I put him last in the guest.
Well, your boy Joe from Vegas, I think, kind of puts it towards the. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, Rob
He's fun.
from Vegas.
Oh, Rob from Vegas.
Rob from
Thanks
Vegas.
for listening.
Joe is from Stanford. Well, there's a lot of Joes.
There's a lot of guys.
The one, yeah. Good stuff. All right. We've been. Now, we've talked movies. One of the reasons you're on here is we've talked football movies all week. And you have your own podcast.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's called There Are Too Many Movies, and it's a movie podcast that I've been doing for the past 5, almost going on 5 years.
Is it just you?
No, it's 3 and my 2 of my best friends from high school, but we're all in the film industry, or we were in the film industry in one form or another. One of them, edits TV shows and movies, and then I was in the film publicity arena for a while before I got here. So just love movies, and then also love football. So
and I've asked you this: there are too many movies,
right?
So I asked you, what does that mean? Does that mean there's just too many to watch? I can't get to all of them, or they just make too many movies in the world?
Yes. It's a double
Yes.
double meaning there. It's yes.
All right. Football movies was the theme this week.
Right.
And Danny McCray tried to make subcategories inside the categories. There are old movies, ones that make you cry, ones that are laugh.
It's the perfect time though because of the Christmas movie debate. Like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? That whole thing. It is football adjacent. There are football adjacent.
What was the one we were like really, really arguing about the other day about football?
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire.
Is text line, is Jerry Maguire a football movie?
Yes.
Or is it a football adjacent movie? Does it take place in the world of football, but is the film itself about throwing the pigskin?
My point to that is because football is so big, so massive, so important that you can make a movie about the agent, like this pro agent, and his love for his client and everything else in the storyline that goes on there. But yeah, I think Jerry Maguire is a football movie.
Totally. Just
you agree? You agreed.
I think it is a football movie.
All right.
Just like I think Little Giants is a football movie.
Yeah. Yeah, they play football. I mean, yeah. It's about brothers that are two football movies.
Brothers.
For sure.
Oh yeah, the coaches.
Yeah, the coaches are brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the Cowboys and the Little Giants.
It's funny how there's movies like that where like they got to beat. There's 3 movies I can think of, and they're all within the division.
Right.
All right. All 3 of them are you got to beat the big bad Cowboys.
Right.
Replacements.
The Replacements,
which is. Go ahead.
It's about the strike that happened in 87. Okay, but it's a fictitious version of it. It's,
right.
They don't use team names or anything.
No, it's not. So that and then Invincible.
Right.
With the Eagles, you got to beat the Cowboys. You got, now I think at the end they beat the Giants, but the very first game where he's getting like pushed around.
I thought the end was the Texas Stadium scene. Was it not?
I think the end is at home against the Giants where he makes this play and he does a good job. But this very first game I believe is against the Cowboys and he's getting pushed around by Randy White and all that stuff. They do a pretty good job with that movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, you can't say that on here.
Well, I mean, that's the only. Well, I don't know. I've had 3 calls from Pennsylvania here. I mean, I like the movie. It's a movie. It's a good movie. It's the only time I've really cheered for the Eagles.
Silver Linings Playbook is technically.
Don't know that one.
You don't know that's Bradley Cooper.
I don't think I've seen
Robert De Niro. What's her name? Jennifer Lawrence.
No,
they're Philly fans.
I haven't seen it.
They're wearing Philly jerseys the whole time.
All right. So, what is your favorite movie? 80 for Brady.
Favorite football movie?
Yeah. No.
This is a tough. Okay.
It's funny.
We got to talk about your. favorites though.
Mine?
Because you said the 3 R's are your favorites, and then that'll kind of lead.
Remember the Titans is my favorite movie for football movie. Remember the Titans, and then Rudy, and then I also like, and this is kind of a wild card, but I like Radio.
Radio, okay.
Cuba Gooding Jr. I thought it's fascinating. I love that movie. I don't care if it's real or not. Same with all those movies. All 3 of those movies are based on a true story, and all 3 of them have been picked apart with how real it really is. But it's a movie.
I think Remember the Titans is your best bet. I think that is the best football movie there is. If you consider, like you said, it is based on a true story, but taking it for what a movie is, I think a lot of people have. It is the perfect equation for a Disney movie. It's like when Disney was making perfect movies, like front to back, back to front. The cast is amazing. We were talking about even the other coach, the defensive coordinator.
Yost,
who is amazing in the movie. He steals just about every scene. And like the relationship. It's
and then his daughter too,
Yeah, his daughter, she steals the
Hall
show.
of Fame.
Yeah, there you go. I think that is the best football movie.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah. What's the actor's name? Do we remember him?
Hayden Panettiere?
For the coach.
Oh, the coach, the defensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Will Patton is
Will
his
Patton.
name.
Yeah. Blitz all night. Yeah.
But the only thing that bothers me about Remember the Titans is that Coach Denzel only has 5 plays in his playbook.
Yeah, you said that.
That bothers me.
Why?
I don't know.
Stop it.
Stop it.
If the reason why these offensive coordinators have had these big sheets and all that is because they stop him. But he's like, only got 6 plays. Like Novocaine always works.
I need an offensive playbook to look like a Cheesecake Factory menu. You know what I'm saying? Like it needs to have chapters. Like I need a mastermind.
What is the name of the last play of the game? What is the play? I don't know. So if there's only 6, there's one of them. Do you remember the name?
I don't remember the name. What is it?
It's a backside Georgia reverse, like your life depended on it. But it's a backside Georgia reverse, which that's a little crazy too when you think about running a reverse for a 70-yard touchdown when your quarterback is running and just plowing over people. But great, movie. Sunshine's rolling, man. He was rolling.
One of those plays,
blocking.
They're running the opposite way, like on camera.
Oh, man, you're going to tell me some inconsistencies on the
camera.
the
director didn't know anything about football whenever he signed on to do the movie.
It's kind of like, remember I told you about Friday Night?
Friday
Night Lights. Great movie. Awesome. Very last scene with Tim McGraw.
Right.
You know, who's been an ass and the whole movie, finally goes to his son and he puts the ring on his finger and he's got a glove on, and all of a sudden this hand, he doesn't have the glove anymore, and then it comes back and now the glove's back on. That's okay. Still a great movie.
Little inconsistency.
Like the TV show better. But all right, so what were yours?
Any Given Sunday, hands down. I think when you look at the roster of football movies, this is the best director that has directed a football movie ever. Oliver Stone.
I get
JFK, Platoon, Natural Born Killers. He did it all. And I think the truth, I know it's very salacious, fictionalized, all of that about the game of football and about, the NFL, quote unquote. But I think the truth about the industry lies somewhere in between Remember the Titans and Any Given Sunday.
All right, we're gonna get back to that. We'll that's good. That's a good movie. We'll start here. The one that I said that I hated, and you just said that's your favorite. So we're obviously on different wavelengths here. But that's okay.
Why do you hate it?
Probably because it's not a real I just don't like.
It's not a feel-good football
Well, like
movie.
the Sharks. I mean, what's the team? You know what I mean? It's not connected to the NFL or anything like that. So that's probably why that I don't like movies like that. Just fake schools, fake teams, that kind of stuff. I like it better when it's a little bit more connected, like Notre Dame. Like Rudy. Like this is the school, this is the team.
But if those teams give you the license to make their movie,
I get it. I mean,
they're not going to let you do anything.
No, I know.
Given Sunday
I know that's part of it. It just never was one of my favorite movies. I liked The Program better than that, and that was
one of my favorites.
And that's pretty. I mean, they're both really over the top. Now,
Totally.
Varsity Blues to me is better than both because I kind of, not that I really grew up in a small town, but I've worked in places where covered small town football, and I just love it. It's so pure, so I kind of get that. That's why I like Friday Night Lights too. So
Friday Night Lights is good. Varsity Blues I would take over Friday Night Lights.
All right, let's go to Arthur in Spring, Texas. Arthur, you can talk about whatever you want, man.
Good morning, Nick. How are you doing?
Good morning. What's up?
Favorite movie?
Yes.
Brian song.
Okay.
The original
Brian song.
Longest Yard. And a friend of mine suggested this movie, and I watched it a couple of weeks ago, called Greater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
are three good movies for me.
Yeah. All right. What else you got?
There was a little bit of conversation the other day about Mozzie, and I keep reminding myself that we still have a lot of young players on this team. Even though we've got a few veterans, but we got a lot of young players, and you got to grow into things. I'm not giving them a pass card on things like effort and being becoming a student of the game, because when you become a student of the game, you become better at the game. So guys like him, guys like Parsons, it's just a youth thing.
Yeah.
So once they get a little bit further in years, and I'm hopeful that they'll get a better understanding of the game, the importance of the game, and this aspect in particular, teamwork, what teamwork looks like. The podcast and all that nonsense, save that for another time. You're getting enough fame and notoriety right now. So,
all right. Thanks for the call, Arthur. I don't think that's going to change, though. I really don't. I don't think Micah Parsons, if that's what you're referring to, which I think it is. I mean, I don't think that's going to change. I think, he's doing things his way. And, he's just got to be a badass because that's what he's trying. I mean, that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to build his brand. He's trying to do everything. And when they lose, it comes up. I've had one call about his podcast or him or anything like that, the effort, all that, until they lose. And then you start coming up with other reasons.
Right. I think especially with like Tyreek Hill has a he streams video games all day whenever he's not practicing. I don't think that ever comes up as far as he's not focused on the game or anything like that. These guys are free to do what they want to do outside football, and as long as they're handling their work. And I don't think there's anything about Micah Parsons' play that says, "Oh, this guy's too focused on his podcast." Look at him. Look at the way he sacked that quarterback.
Right. Yeah.
If he wasn't podcasting all day, he could.
Yeah. There's been some talk about him studying and all that stuff, but not really. This guy knows the game. He's just. I remember Parcells used to saying that Lawrence Taylor sometimes would just freelance and do his own thing and run and didn't make the play, and that wasn't the right play, and he was like, well, maybe you should change it to that because I just sacked the guy and forced the fumble and we won the game. So there's a little bit of that when you're that far ahead. You got to stay within the team concept, but also great players have to be great.
But like you were speaking to earlier this week, it's the ref part of this equation here. I mean, the fact that he's like calling him out,
right?
I think goes to show why he's not getting any holding calls. Either. So I think there's a balance of that, and I think maturity kind of brings that to you as you go along, and maybe his podcast will be a little different next year.
Yeah. All right. One of the movies he said was Greater. And that one's weird for me because I don't know why that I didn't gravitate towards that because it's about my favorite football team. It's about the Arkansas Razorbacks. It's about a guy named Brandon Burlsworth. And it's all about Arkansas. And I just it took me a long time to watch it. And when I did, I kind of scanned through it. I wasn't that in. I don't know. Sometimes when you're just too invested in everything, then you're gonna look at it and you're like, that's not right. That didn't happen like that. And then so. Maybe that's why I did never really go for that.
And no one's bringing up the Kurt Warner movie either.
No, same. Yeah, no. All right, let's go. Let's go with. We have two more callers. We're gonna have to kind of fly through them here. Anthony's in Miami. Anthony, what's up? You tailgating?
What's up,
Are you tailgating yet?
Nah, man. I had to go to the championship game. My nephew. I had to take my mom to Georgia to Tyreek High School. Her grandson.
Oh, okay.
Won the Douglas championship, the Trojans.
Okay.
And he got 2488 for this year, 26 T's. So I gave my sister my jacket, my coveted cowboy jacket, and my ticket. She's going to sit by my girl, my brothers, all of them will be there. I had to make a decision on which one I would do. But I was there for Tony Romo's last
you were there for that
NFL win.
All right.
2015 in the rain. Yes, sir.
What's going to happen? What's going to happen this week?
We're going to win. We're going to win because we have to. Remember I called you. I've been calling you, 6 weeks now? We went on kind of a streak. I didn't call you last week. We lost. It's not because of me or saying I didn't call, but I did call and tell you we had to beat the Eagles. And why? And you get your guy, our guy, pops up again. I know he tried to make a play, but I'm just saying, man, this discipline, accountability, and consistency thing, we're being consistent and being kind of stupid. And making a lot of penalties now. And I never said that about my team, and I'm worried about that. But I still think, we'll beat them. Now, let me give you my movies, and I'm out. And I don't think nobody said this one. In order, Brian Song's the best football movie ever. Number 2, Remember the Titans. And number 3, Everybody's All-American.
Yeah.
That's my guy. That's the show. So we'll win. Let's do what we got to do. Congratulations, like I said, to my nephew and all of them. And go Cowboys.
All right. Thank you.
All right, man. Yes, sir.
Everybody's All-American.
I like Brian's song. You know that's a made-for-TV movie, right?
No. I haven't seen it.
Made for television.
No.
Really?
Mm-mm. I have not seen it.
It's solid. It's really
Everybody's
good.
All-American. Have you seen that?
No.
I think it's Dennis Quaid. It's about LSU. John Goodman's in it. He's a football player. So that's just how old it is.
I bet Brian Broaddus has seen that
He
one.
probably has seen Everybody's All-American. Yeah.
And Clarence Hill.
Yeah. Why Clarence Hill? What's up? Brian's either saying, get out of the show.
I was in the movie.
What?
Sit down.
Yep.
We got to hear about
Okay, real quick. Rob in Vegas. Rob, what's up, man? We're going to have to roll through. Rob, how you doing, man?
Hey, guys.
We're off the rails here today.
Jerry Maguire was definitely a football movie.
Jerry Maguire, football movie. Okay. All right.
What about The Last Boy Scout with Bruce Willis?
Yes.
And Damon Williams.
Yes, I like that movie. It's a little different. I think it came. It's right after Die Hard, so it was kind of like
in the same vein.
This guy could do anything. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a football movie too.
What's up, man? We got Brian Broaddus on the show now. He's getting ready for his show, Cowboys Break. Crosstalk. Yeah, this is what you're used to.
A little crosstalk going on right now. Yeah, Everyone's All-American was filmed in Baton Rouge. It was originally going to be about Charlie Choo Choo Justice from North Carolina. And then they wouldn't let him film it in Chapel Hill, so they filmed it in Baton Rouge.
Nice.
And so we were all extras in the movie, and it's fascinating. There was a scene where they're playing. He's a pro. They're playing in Denver. They're supposedly at Mile High Stadium at the time, and in the middle of summer, they created snow at Tiger Stadium for the scene, which they brought in these huge snowmaking machines, and so we're all standing there like acting like that it was a snowy day at Mile High. Yeah,
that's
so anyway,
pretty awesome.
Yeah, filmed in Baton Rouge.
That's pretty awesome. Okay,
yeah.
Real quick, Rob.
Yes.
Rob's got he's the most opinionated caller we've got. You remember when he called all the time? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Rob, what do you got here?
To me, it's simple. Dallas wins if one of the two, either Zach or Tyron, play. If they both don't play, they lose because I just think Dak will be uncomfortable. I think he'll just be too uncomfortable, especially if Tyron don't play. You could see the difference when you got a backup in there. Dak just doesn't. He just doesn't feel comfortable. When he don't feel comfortable, he don't play good.
Well,
so give me one. Give me one of them. I don't think we could have missed two. I don't care which one. Give me one of them, and I think we win. I think we match up good on defense. I know they got speed, but Tua doesn't move, and so I think Josh Allen hit the threat of his running. I mean, there was times where he would fake the ball. They would all go for the fake. Tua's not going to do that. He'll be there if they could get a rush on him. But I need that offensive line. I need one of those guys there.
All right. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for the call, and thanks for
Merry Christmas.
You too. Merry Christmas to you. And boy, he called on Monday. He wasn't happy.
Wasn't happy?
No,
Yeah.
and nobody was. One of two. Do we like our chances on one of these two guys?
Yeah, I think to me, the most important one to me would be the tackle, just because of dealing with Bradley Chubb.
Yeah.
You're dealing with Wilkins inside, but, we'll see how that plays.
I feel like Zach has a better shot.
Absolutely does.
Is it a matter of trusting TJ Bass more than you do Udoga?
No,
it's just the matchup, right?
It's just the matchup. Yeah, it's the matchup. Yeah.
Bass is pretty good.
Bass is really good. I mean, he had one bad play where they got a sack off and he missed the block, and then all of a sudden Dowdle had to help, and then that allowed Dotson, the linebacker, to key blitz.
Yeah.
And so he came around. Once he saw Dowdle block, he says, I'm on the blitz. And then Rousseau, Dotson, those guys all got home. It was tough.
Favorite football movie that you were not on?
Brian's Song.
Brian's Song.
Yeah, I'm 60 years old. I go all the way back to that 1971 movie. Yeah.
You can't beat it. James Caan.
Oh, no, it was great.
He's so good.
How about current movies, or like one that's recent, somewhat recent, last 20, 30 years?
Oh, how about Draft Day?
See, you
They didn't go to his birthday party.
No, he's so funny about that. When that came out, he was like, if you've seen it, he was just like, draft him then. Draft the quarterback. Take him. If you don't want to take the quarterback, don't take him.
I would have absolutely played Sonny's hand there.
Yeah.
I said, all right, fine. Yeah, fine. All right, Sonny.
Yeah.
I know you're about to get fired. Play the hand. Let's see.
Yeah.
Draft him then. Let's see if you. Yeah.
All right. Derek's lurking over here. Derek, come.
Thanks for letting me come on your show. You guys do a hell of a job.
I appreciate it. All right. So we're kind of off the rails here at the end here. Great show. Merry Christmas to everyone. Josh, thanks for coming in.
Oh, thank you.
We'll have to have you in again. We'll talk more movies.
Yes, sir.
Coming up, and you can also check out the podcast. There are too many movies. How often do you do it?
Every Friday, or every Tuesday, excuse me.
Every Tuesday.
Yep.
All right. Every Tuesday, Josh Rodriguez. All right. For Chris Beam, for everyone in the back, Merry Christmas. We'll see you on Tuesday after the game, and the Tuesday on the 26th, we'll be back for our next one on the Cowboys Storyline. See you.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!